Welcome back to Next Level English, the podcast where we take your English from good to absolutely unstoppable. I am your host, Maya, and today we have something really special for you. Have you ever picked up the phone to call a company or walked into a store needing help and suddenly your English just disappeared? You knew what you wanted to say in your head, but the words just would not come out right. That moment of panic, that blank wall in your brain, we are destroying that wall today.
That is exactly right, Maya. I am Tom, and today we are going deep into the world of customer service English. This is practical, real-world language, the kind of English you will actually use when you are dealing with a company, making a complaint, asking for a refund, or just trying to get some help. And trust me, once you have these chunks, these sentences, and this vocabulary locked in your brain, you are going to feel so much more confident.
So let us start right at the beginning. Tom, when someone walks into a store or calls a helpline, what is usually the very first thing that happens?
The customer service representative greets you, and they almost always use the same opening chunk. They say something like, "Thank you for calling. How may I assist you today?" Now, let's break that down. How may I assist you? This is a very polite, formal way of saying, how can I help you? In customer service, people use may instead of can because it sounds more professional. So the chunk here is, how may I assist you today? Say it again. How may I assist you today?
How may I assist you today? I love that. It sounds so professional. And for our listeners, if you are ever in a customer-facing job, even part-time, using this phrase immediately makes you sound like a pro. How may I assist you today? That's your first chunk to remember.
Now, let's flip it around. You're the customer. You walk in, someone greets you, and you need to explain your problem. A lot of learners freeze here because they think they need to explain everything perfectly. But actually, one of the most useful sentences you can use is very simple. You say, I am having an issue with my order, or I need some help with my account. These sentences follow the same structure. I am having an issue with, followed by the thing you need help with.
Right. And what I love about I'm having an issue with is that it's neutral. It's not aggressive. It's not too casual. It sits right in that sweet spot of polite but direct. I'm having an issue with my delivery. I'm having an issue with my bill. You can plug in almost anything at the end. I'm having an issue with. That's chunk number 2. Write it down.
Now, here's a vocabulary word our listeners absolutely need. The word is inquiry. An inquiry is a question or a request for information. When you call a company, your call might be described as a general inquiry. You might hear someone say, is this a billing inquiry or a technical inquiry? Knowing this word helps you understand what department you are being transferred to, and it also helps you sound more professional if you use it yourself.
Inquiry. And you can use it like this. I'm calling to make an inquiry about my subscription, or I have a general inquiry about your return policy. Beautiful word, very useful in customer service situations. Inquiry. Remember that one.
Okay, Maya, let's talk about something that comes up all the time in customer service. Waiting. Because as we all know, customer service often involves a lot of waiting.
So much waiting.
And there are specific phrases used when someone asks you to wait. You'll hear things like, could you please hold for a moment? Or bear with me while I pull up your information. Now, bear with me is a really interesting chunk. It means please be patient with me. Bear with me, like stay with me, keep hanging on. Bear with me while I check on that for you.
Bear with me is one of those phrases that sounds so natural and native. If a customer service rep says that to you, they're asking for your patience while they look something up. And if you're working in customer service yourself and you say, bear with me while I look into that, people immediately feel at ease. They trust you. Bear with me. Chunk number 3. Bear with me.
Now, let's get into something a little trickier. What happens when there's a problem, when something went wrong with an order, a service, a product? This is where a lot of English learners struggle because emotions get involved and the vocabulary becomes more specific.
Let's start with the vocabulary word resolution. A resolution is a solution, it's the answer to a problem. In customer service, the goal is always to reach a resolution. You might hear, "We want to find the best resolution for you." Or a customer might say, "I'm not happy with this resolution." This word is everywhere in customer service English. Resolution.
And notice how that word changes the energy of a conversation. Instead of saying we want to fix your problem, which sounds a bit blunt, saying we want to find the best resolution for you sounds caring, professional, and solution focused. Resolution. Say it again. Resolution. That's a key vocabulary word for today.
Oh, now, Tom, let's talk about making a complaint because sometimes things really do go wrong and you need to speak up. A lot of our listeners are maybe a little nervous about this. They don't want to sound rude, they want to be firm but polite.
Absolutely. And there's a really elegant sentence structure for this. You say, I would like to bring something to your attention. This sentence is gold. It signals that you have a concern, but it does so in a way that is calm and professional. I would like to bring something to your attention. You're not attacking anyone, you're not shouting, you're opening a conversation. I would like to bring something to your attention. That's a full sentence chunk our listeners need to practice.
I would like to bring something to your attention. That phrase is so powerful because it keeps you in control. You're being assertive without being aggressive. Customer service reps are trained to respond positively to this kind of language. So if something went wrong, don't panic, don't lose your temper. Just say, I would like to bring something to your attention. One more time, I would like to bring something to your attention.
Now, another situation you'll definitely face is being asked to verify your identity. This is very common when you call a company. They'll say, could I take your name and account number for verification purposes? The vocabulary here is verify or verification. To verify something means to confirm it's true or correct. For verification purposes is a chunk you will hear constantly.
For verification purposes. And you might also hear, I just need to verify a few details, or for security and verification purposes, could you confirm your date of birth? So verify is the verb, verification is the noun. Verify your details for verification purposes. These are important because if you don't understand them, you might get confused when someone is just asking you to confirm who you are.
Let's also talk about a phrase that comes up when a customer service rep can't help you directly. They might say, let me transfer you to the relevant department, or I will escalate this to my supervisor. Now, escalate is a fascinating word in customer service. To escalate means to move a problem to a higher level of authority. If your issue is serious and the first person you speak to can't solve it, the problem gets escalated to someone with more power to help you.
Escalate. And this is useful vocabulary for you as a customer too. You can say, I would like to escalate this matter, or if this cannot be resolved today, I may need to escalate my complaint. Saying that shows you know the system and it shows you're serious about finding a resolution. Escalate. That's your next vocabulary word. To escalate a complaint, to escalate an issue. Escalate.
Okay, let's now talk about one of the most common customer service scenarios, returns and refunds. Whether you bought something online or in a store, at some point you may need to return it or ask for your money back.
And the key chunk here is, I would like to request a refund. Very clean, very direct. I would like to request a refund for this item. Or, I would like to return this product and request a full refund. The word request is important here. You are not demanding, you are requesting. It keeps the conversation professional. I would like to request a refund. Practice that sentence until it feels completely natural.
And the customer service rep might respond with, could you provide proof of purchase? Proof of purchase means a receipt or an order confirmation, so they are asking for evidence that you actually bought the item. Do you have your proof of purchase is something you will hear a lot. Proof of purchase. 3 words, 1 important chunk. Proof of purchase.
Now, something else our listeners should know is the phrase, as per our policy. You will hear this constantly in customer service. As per our policy, returns must be made within 30 days. As per our policy, we are unable to offer a refund on sale items. This phrase means according to our rules. As per our policy signals that what comes next is official company policy, not just the opinion of the person you're speaking to.
As per our policy. And honestly, learning this phrase helps you understand why you are being told no. It is not personal, it is policy. Knowing that can actually calm you down in a frustrating moment. As per our policy, that is a chunk worth knowing.
Let us shift now and talk about expressing dissatisfaction in a professional way. Because look, sometimes you are genuinely unhappy. Maybe the product arrived broken, maybe the service was poor, maybe you waited 3 weeks for something that never came. You have every right to express that, but how you express it matters enormously.
One sentence that works really well is, I have to say I'm quite disappointed with the service I received. Notice a few things. I have to say is a soft opener. It signals honesty without aggression. Quite disappointed is stronger than just unhappy, but it is still measured and professional. This sentence lets the customer service representative know you are serious without turning the conversation into a confrontation.
I have to say I'm quite disappointed with the service I received. Repeat that. I have to say I'm quite disappointed with the service I received. That sentence, delivered calmly and clearly, is one of the most effective things you can say when something has gone wrong. It almost always triggers a more careful, more helpful response from the representative.
And then you follow it up with something constructive. You say, what can be done to resolve this? That question puts the ball in their court. You are not just complaining, you are asking for a solution. What can be done to resolve this? Short, direct, professional.
What can be done to resolve this? So you have your problem statement, I'm quite disappointed with the service I received, and your solution request. What can be done to resolve this? Together, those two sentences are a complete and powerful complaint structure.
Now, before we wrap up today, Maya, I want to touch on something that might seem small but makes a huge difference, and that is how to end a customer service conversation well.
Yes, this matters so much. A lot of people rush off the phone or leave the store without properly closing the conversation. But ending well leaves a positive impression and also makes sure nothing important was missed.
A great closing sentence from the customer is, "Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it." Even if the conversation was frustrating, this phrase closes things on a positive note. Or if you're still waiting for a solution, you might say, "I look forward to hearing back from you." That sentence signals that you expect a follow-up, which is important if your issue was not fully resolved.
I look forward to hearing back from you. That sentence is perfect because it's polite, but it also holds the company accountable. You are saying, I expect you to get back to me. I look forward to hearing back from you. Chunk, sentence, and mindset all in one.
And on the customer service representative side, you'll often hear, "Is there anything else I can help you with today?" This is the standard closing question. If someone asks you this and you have no more questions, simply say, "No, that's everything. Thank you." Clean, clear, and perfectly polite.
Is there anything else I can help you with today? No, that's everything. Thank you. 2 sentences, perfect closing exchange.
All right, let's do a quick recap for our amazing listeners because we covered a lot today.
First chunk, how may I assist you today? Second, I'm having an issue with. Third, bear with me while I look into that. Fourth, I would like to bring something to your attention. Fifth, I would like to request a refund. And sixth, I look forward to hearing back from you.
And our key vocabulary words were inquiry, resolution, verify and verification, escalate, and proof of purchase. These are the words and phrases that will make you sound confident, professional, and in control in any customer service situation in English.
And remember, as per our policy, for verification purposes, and what can be done to resolve this, are powerful phrases to keep in your back pocket. They work in almost every scenario.
English is not just grammar and vocabulary. It's knowing the right language for the right situation. And today, you have taken a huge step towards mastering customer service English.
You've been listening to Next Level English. If today's episode helped you, share it with one person who needs it. Leave us a review, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you in the next episode, where we take your English to the next level.
Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.